Hey everybody, Mobile Rager here, and I gotta say, I was right on the money last time because, well, I guess I'll be saying that a little out of order, but I made a point, it's been a while. I talked about the tenacity changes. They haven't been doing patch notes, but they'll probably get some this season. Lo and behold, we got some. So I'm actually gonna start the new tunes as it was first. So, season 46 is here, Toonsters, and is bringing a mix of charms, chills, and classic Looney chaos. Four old new tunes join the world of Mayhem this season. Starting the elegant and mischievous Southern Belle Bugs, followed by the ever-nervous Scaredy Cat Sylvester and curious Spectre Inspector Porky. Swinging into the highlight of the season's Battle Pass tunes, Executioner Toro, and the beginning of the Halloween of Horrors takeover. Interesting, so it's not even the Battle Pass tunes are not even related to takeover. Interesting. Because he's from Monarch. Oh, let's just say I'm not surprised. I mean, we're doing a Halloween one every year. But started doing takeovers. I'm not surprised. So the Riverboat team just saloon. Yeah, so it's awesome. I guess hillbillies are exchangeable now, but like half the event has no expansions. The rest of the Riverboat team, I forget they were called. Caribbean Nights? Yeah. Caribbean Nights, no exchange. Saloon, no exchange. American System Sheepdog, yeah. And then it's the Mock Duo and Heartthrob. So essentially just have Heartthrob built part of hell. I mean, I guess you could have these things built, but like, oh, you would. Which is a lot of money, in which case event tunes don't really matter to you, do they? So Quackbusters, which I'm assuming is the new Halloween team, presumably has that Daffy on it. Well, I say that, but what I'm attempting to say is, whatever his name is, Daffy from the Duchesses, which is also possessed with the short, so I don't know why you're taking so long to get around to this tune. Where? So, Fiend, um, like Fiend's only clear heroes on Stein, and no exchange, Arabian Nights. And then, yeah, 3 weeks out, couldn't be doing that. Alright, so that's the new tune speedrun. So the new theme, but that they're presumably going to talk about in this. And presumably something else. The Shadows Emerge, chilling new patch. The October Moon Arenas. With Halloween approaching soon, a haunting we will go. That's like a reference. This season, get ready for a spine-tingling takeover featuring the Quackbusters who will be joining forces to confront the terrors of the night. Actually, Inspector Porky's from something too. I'm pretty sure his vessel looks fairly familiar, but I feel like I've seen that Porky that. In addition to the takeover, season 46 will be the final Riverboat tune and the next Monarchy member. Are we done? Or am I missing something? Hold on. Wait, Monarchy tunes done? Yeah. That's right, I gotta to the Toon guy. I should just be here. Ooh, what the hell is an astronaut? Group theme Ash? Yeah, clips of the ass anchor. Scroll again. It's the thing that the like character race is in order, but this is well, this is getting boring. Ooh, Monarch is just listed. Alright, so that team is not done. So the thing is, I'm assuming the other half of these teams are spilling over to November. We only have half this team, and it's like a re. Like it's gonna be these two, the Cosmic event, and the other two members of the Quackbusters. They're from Canary. It starts with Urbo, there's only three. Porto's Pass. So I guess Monarchy will be finished next month. One of those things. It'll just go unfinished for 5 months. That would suck. But they've been doing a really good job not doing that. So, like, I'm worried the holidays are probably the one part of the year that interrupted because, oh no, we have to do Christmas and Halloween takeover every year forever. And it's moving on. The farmers will also be receiving a full-scale rework this season to better align with the needs of new players. This rework will be part of a broader plan to update many of our older common tunes that can effectively function as reliable starter tunes. Interesting. You probably start with citizens as well. The other tickets being energy, so it's like the entire citizens roster. Into farmer rework. Okay. I can get down with the farmers rework. The only farmer tunes really truly been relevant has been like Circle Celester before his nerf. That wasn't as a farm tune, that was like stall or stop line. I was just before we delve further into your see the Quackbusters have it. Let's just get settled real quick. Once there's microwaves, bats, and blunders, it's time called the Quackbusters. This Halloween season sure ought to scare up some business for the Ghost Extermination Agency. Nothing haunts them as expert elite dodge, Mr. Force. Build resistance to debuffs. This team is designed to rival monsters. I mean, already had a team to do that, but then like 9 monster teams. I guess I could kind of understand where it comes from. The number granting it added crit damage against them. Okay. Guess unlikely heroes are to get the crit defense part of that. Let's see the passive. Quackbuster tunes have 10% dodge chance. Okay, interesting. Getting the dodge chance team out of the way. And for each dodge chance up, they have plus 10% debuff resistance. Okay, that seems not terrible. I mean, I can't really judge because none of the members of the team are out. But, you know, Okay. The farmer team is going to be the first of several. Starter teams will be reworked to find new players with simpler mechanics that showcase the fundamentals of your competencies. That I forgot. I will say. Someone who's dabbled their hand in reworking things. I think this is the right thing to do with farmers. So not necessarily that these games overly complex or to understand or anything. But like they're farmers. They're all it's a whole comp team. It's like what they should be doing. It's the simple idea of teams and how like regular lineups work, all that jazz. These reworks are specifically designed to be top tier or help endgame players. And I don't know, that fun, stupid things that farmers can do. Rather focus on making the game more enjoyable for new players who are just starting out. Yeah, because there's a high degree of trash they get. What are they do like Wild West reworks? Farm the beginning of theme passive. Improve stats and updated kits that enhance synergy. Reinforce their core identity. A theme passive on the beginner team. I mean, I like theme passive. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like if the point is mechanical simplicity, they shouldn't need one. Like it feels like it's missing the point a little. Is what I'm saying. I guess we'll see what it is. This is like raw stats. That's fine. So farmer hector, better numbers, I guess. Not exactly the same because commons are weird. I say like these stats should be way, way better, noticeably better. Because these tunes are ancient. They're like 5 layers of stats behind. Like 5 layers of stat creep, I should say. Yeah. See, okay. It's just more damage. It's a farmer team or is defense, so it's a little unnecessary, but because they're trying to reinforce the effect. They want to teach people, you know, put characters at the theme together when you get into the later game and be like, okay, you can sub out this on occasion. Beat them though. Okay. So pawn, 3 defensive, 2 okay, so it's like actually gives pawn reasonable defense now. To show you all these tunes are taunt was considered a valuable fact by itself. Like it was, they only allowed a taunt in an entire game for like 2 years was Foghorn Leghorn. Different game. That's why I say. Come from a different era. Taunt defensive still goes to damage, and actually solid damage. And flick some attack down. So yeah, and as a cooldown increase, but I'm fine with that. That's spaced weirdly here. Because admittedly you don't want to be using your taunt move every turn. That's just obnoxious. I guess, wait, does it really only have two? Huh, it just has two. Interesting. So microphone as well. God, they bet all only have two attacks. Now I think about that. Okay, anyways. Its two attacks remove 10% turn meter and have plus 25% lifesteal. Okay, lifesteal no tank, that's nice. Gets better with counter, but you need to put below there, you know, I need to really put back into this one. This tune has one or more farmer allies that has plus 10 attack as well. Okay, we get some max health boost, initial defense, and endurance tower. While this tune remains in battle, and any enemy is a captain, all farmer team members have plus 20% attack. Okay. So the ignore defense of this one's gone away, but the anti-catness of the skill is still relevant. It's neat. And then Rodman, because he's like, this passive is a Lamau nowadays. I mean, it was a Lamau at that point, too. It's basically, oh, you know, Hector don't like Sylvester. You know, that was the whole passive. Yeah, I mean, the only cat in the game I launched like Penelope. It was just OG Penelope, but Fink wasn't bad. Anyways, Farmer Theme Pass. So here's the ignore defense. They have extra ignore 25% ignore defense while above 25% max health, plus 50% defense while below 50% max. Okay. So that seems none too bad. They still have ignore defense, which is nice, because I figured that was the one useful thing about them if they got modern stats. They do. And there's an interesting little overlap period. We're in that 50 to 25% health range. But they get both passes. Normally it's like an inverse scaling thing. They go over its threshold. And it switches from one to the other. This one is there's a little wiggle period with farmers. Okay, so I'm including Scarecrow with them. Yeah, kind of forget he's a farmer. That makes enough sense, making use of all these old comments, and he is a support, technically, I think. Well, it's kind of stuff read ahead. Rude rivalry skill with Farmer Hector. Farm friendship skill, it makes sense. Numbers, well, get numbers. So the damage is basic, is down, but it's special before, so it's weird. All farmer team members get speed up. So I'm assuming this is how all of these work. There'll be regular passive, use them, all your team members get speed up. That's a good way of phrasing that. Remember that for the next video. Okay, and the slight buff to the damage on the special, and the speed down, along with I can add speed down at the same time, and one more turn for damage over time. Extra turns the defense down, speed up on this second special, so it's neat. I think, yeah, the skill's the same. They just phrase it differently for reasons I don't understand, but whatever. Like, if you break it down, it's to me the battles, it's slightly more modern phrasing of this. Well, anyways, my speed, increase farm LA, keys farm, so it's limited. And you probably should maybe be using him in farmers. Okay, here you go. I started each of his Toons turns. Once incapacitated, heal all team members for 70% heal power. And cleanse 2 stat down and 1 special stat down for each. Interesting. This makes sense. But I do find it curious that the first starter team has a passive heal. I mean, passive heal is nice for you. You don't have to worry about when to save your heals, but it seems like a curious decision for a starter team. But it's probably just based on this, like the whole, what would you put the heal on? But at the same time, I feel like you kind of gotta throw those conventions of adapting to the kit you're working off to the wayside a little bit for a starter team. You know, you gotta buck the trend. Hmm. Well, okay. Since plus 30% dodge chance, it's the same. Or performs a dodge, it heals for 10% max. So, you know, it sticks around a bit. That's neat. I'm gonna put planers on them. Let them work. They're not planers, so oil. Nah, present. The sucks to hurt still. Okay, so it's new Endurance Tower passive. On Endurance Tower, all farmer team members have plus 10% stats. Plus 2 raids and battles, all enemies have minus 10% speed, minus 10% attack. Seems pretty neat combined with this. It's Endurance Tower, so you're probably using the farmers together. Like minus 30% speed. Endurance Tower. Not if you're exactly lapping anything in there, but it's pretty good. It's 5% for humbling. I don't really. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't remember what humbling crust is. So it's the one that gets speed down. It's probably makes sense. What he's going for. Okay, remember this prissy friendship skill. Our Porky and this prissy friendship skill on. I think that, like, if it's Daffy Duck, I understand it. It would be that Golden the Eggs, I think it's called. The one where he gets kidnapped by Rocky and Muggsy. Actually, I think it's just Rocky. No Muggsy. Strange character, that Rocky. Well, anyways. Okay. So this goes to the highest attack. Makes sense, although. Oh, I forget it's a support. So this is a 2 support team. I forget they had a normal support. Two support team. I mean, I guess if you're doing multiple unit teams, it doesn't really matter. Although at the same, at the same time, I don't know how helpful commons are gonna be in terms of starter teams because I just remember commons chew through atoms like lunch. They're like the most expensive tunes atom-wise to level up. They're getting like 10,000 pieces to finish. It's not really give commons an expressly higher quantities than anything else. I guess if you blow through all your Ludium early on, you might as well. It's no use. probably get it done. I don't know. Maybe they're just like designed to be used at tune up 30. I have no idea. Perhaps that's their goal, which would make sense. So this basic is targeted now. It is good. It's improvement probably. There's not 2 turns of attack out. I guess we're just gonna have to look at that. Seems a little incongruent with the other 2 mechanics. Whatever. Okay. Country Manners does some actual healing now. And they fixed the effect name. It's real again. So I would say 50% is low, but I guess it is also 2 turns of heal over time for everybody. And you have the passive heal of Sylvester, so you'll probably be alright. Remember, Tinia and ally heal allies that have time for 10% max health. Okay, I got this one. I guess, yeah, these passive seems completely changed. This tune remains in battle. All team members have plus 10% attack. No, farmer team members have plus 10% speed. Endurance towers and this tune remains in battle. All enemies have minus 10% piercing as well. Alright. Blanket speed's nice. Scarecrow lowering the enemy, so your differential's like 40%. Okay. I don't know if that's all that's right. Also, I was just like, it's kind of just one guy, so I kept named Thirst Tower thing. It's like a second part of a passive. Okay, his inspiring presence instead. What's inspiring presence? What's that do? I guess I should read full belly first. It will say this passive before is also really funny. Right. You'll have 100% defense for exactly 1 attack. So if you heal back to full, you get it again, but still just a very strange effect design. Yeah. At the start of this team member's turn, any team member's turn, sorry, put that wrong for a second. Unless incapacitated, grant them a random stat up. If this tune is at 75% max health or above, grant them a random stat up for 2 turns as well. So if he's at 75, it's 1 setup for 1 turn, and the second setup for 2 turns. It's a little if you ask me. As I say, I mean, like, I guess it's a starter team, doesn't really matter, but maybe there's using an excuse to get them the name. Kept feeling everybody who just had him as Prissy friendship skill back in there. I added friendship skill with farmers. Okay, yeah, that's like 75 for like more attack. That's pretty good. Okay. And this is radically different, alright. 95% attack, inflicting defense down for 2 turns. From Porky is an ally. Colonel Farmer's attack up as well. Okay, okay, neat. Uh, so- what? Sorry, I had a question here for a second. Why is this not an AoE anymore? And this team's not strictly designed to be good, but why would you take an AoE out? Probably gonna change like literally nothing about this. And it would have worked. So it was already at 70 damage. You just kept it turn 1. And splash damage is nice. You can't just pretend AoEs don't exist for half the game. I mean, the point of these teams, you're building them up quickly. And if you're taking 245 out of the equation like I am, like, what is there? Is that horrible? Like, as a general skill, 3 defense down, attack up for your team, sure, that's fine, I guess. It just seems like this is a weird decision to me. Why? Why would you do this? I'm just gonna move on. It's an old day talking about that. Unless incapacitated, whenever an ally is attacked, grant them attack up for 2 turns. If they have less than 5 attack up and 15% turn meter, if they have less than 50% max health. Okay, I have to stop you right there still. Like, saving grace before easy enough to understand. Oh no, I've dipped below 50% max health. I get healed once per team. I get that's a little annoying, and you might want to change that, but you said this was supposed to be a beginner team, right? So why is there like I'm not followed? This is not a beginner skill. You expect people to just picked up this game a week ago, like sit there and count their attack ups? They'd be like, yes, I've gone under 50% of my health. I will be gaining turn meter the next time an enemy is hit. An enemy hits my guys. I wrap my head around that. Like, I think they just said that because they wanted to rework the comments, which like is normal enough goal. We don't want these to, ideally, nobody should be useless. But they're like, well, surely, why would an NK player have any use for foreigners? People are bored and building up things for piss and giggles. To, we'll just say it's for the beginners, even though we'll design the kits so that it doesn't mean anything. Okay, remember this Toons attack gains attack up and piercing it for 2 turns. I don't even know what. She doesn't give herself the turn meter. Cool. So does this work without being incapacitated? Is this like a separate clause from this? You're leaving things on the table there. This is a beginning team. I feel like should be phrasing these super pinpointed brass tacks. Some would say. Okay, with Toon remains in battle, farmer team members gain +10 attack and +5% defense for the rest of the battle at the end of each of their 5 turns. See, again, why are you phrasing it like this? I get what it's supposed to do. It's, +30 attack, +15% defense that builds up. But I don't know, I feel like you just got a double clause it. That's the way it is most parsable for new team members. Plus, there are like other tunes that are written that way. So I could prep like reading it like if it was written normally. And she's gone from piercing to strength, which, like, I mean, I guess they already have ignored defense. But, as piercing 3, who cares? It's like 10% piercing, 10% ignore defense. Okay, and it's the real Toon Store updates. How long has it been, actually? I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna take the last of just this. This was stupid Mayhem pet, so let's talk about that. July. So 4 months-ish is the schedule. I mean, there probably isn't a consistent schedule to this, but you get where I'm coming from, right? I'm like trying to calculate this. K9000 is nice. Cyber was last featured in like the Preozoic era, so it's good to see them again. D3 commons, good. 3 non-legendary circus goobers. It's nice. Sure my high dice things max. I'll say, oh, what if numbers been the premium whale, but A, like I'm gonna do that. B, I'm gonna play this game. Finster, Tweedotron. I guess Robot Tasks tuned in. Although where's Solid? Where's Roadrunner? Rampage, Captain Data. There's these two. I guess OG Diffy Duck's already featured, so need for him. So the Daily Wheel. Red Riding Rabbit, all of the prisoners, Beaky, and Speedy. Horus is gone. 2 of the villains was Nova not on it. I feel like why would you keep these 2 or keep Nova and not these 2? Fireman, Kill Patient, Gray Hair, Marvelous, Clinist, Monium, Traptionist. Did we just get refeatured? Okay. Shooters, Dunkers, Camp Bristol Shooters and Dunkers. Daffy's not there. Dukeling and the Crusher. Why shouldn't the Crusher be on the other one? Shouldn't be on the OG wheel. Oh. Maybe that's why they took him out. He's a dupe. Braver added to one of these. The Fairy Tales added to this one. Prisoners and Beaky added to this one. I'm just gonna say this one because I can't remember which one's which. Boshi. So there's a lot of things happening here. Fantastic Puma. Nice epic. I was gonna say, it's 15 piece, but no, that's Coyote. But when is it Pentathlon? Isn't Pentathlon Puma something stupid? Actually, I have 2 pieces. Is that like a 700 piece or is that Lola? I don't remember anything about this team. Aqua is Penelope in there. Let's not gatekeep that, thank you. That's like 4 stars. I know they're like featured in events stuff, but I roll that one well. So Satyrs here, and not the other members of Nets because screw you, I guess. Get Darme, Journalistic Martian, Christians are already one of them in there. I might be ahead of myself. We're Pinky and Picnic, Mikey Color Dodo, Nick, Puppy the Hazel, Curator, Zombie Chungus. I think my Zombie Chungus is finished. I would take Zombie Chungus. F1 Cecil. If I remember these right, like trying to trap them up. I see like Zombie Chungus is here and Zombie Grand is here in the arena stuff. So I have to keep like a theme clock in my head. With the updated list of exchanges, I'm assuming everything that's currently in is being fully swapped out for this. Is an add and replace deal like these other ones. Guess we'll see. Okay, so Liberty. The rest of the Liberty teams weird. Where are the Rockets? Are the Rockets in the reatomizer? I think they can still be in the store as well, but maybe that's just me. Rangers. So we have a second one here with this deal. Battle Pass. Nice. Bard. It's also nice, I don't think. Yeah, but no adventure yet. Monster Truck, so there's paired accessible. This is like the store battle pass tenants. It's F1 accessible. I'm pretty sure F1 accessible battle pass online. That's it. Who's where? Zombie Granny. Go Chungus. A Cracker Taz. Sure. Would the 2 toys be too new? Would Sledwin. Because they're from last year, right? Probably. Banshee to go with Hazel. Proceed to go with the Curator. So, contraptions I have here now. Except the wheel. Well, that's always Penelope. Then OG Speed and OG Penelope. Sure, yes. So here's Aqua Ace. Oh no, there's Robotaz. Alright, so Robotaz is on the type. So the rest of them are probably fine. Officer Sheepdog, Anthony, some of the OGs are on the OG wheel, but I guess OG wheel space is like technically limited. Sure, I guess I comprehend. Shapeshifter, hide bugs. Still, for some reason, he's just in here by himself. No possess Melissa or anything. Very eclectic teams. Taz, all the zombies was the one. Tetra Porky, Catcher, Barkeep, Outback Dog, and OG Pepe. Um, have contraptions. They still have Sam. It's like weird if they didn't, but I guess we'll read. Oh, there's Bushwhacker. Sam. Hi, Bushwhacker. And then She Devil as well. Yeah, She Devil's definitely. I remember She Devil is like a 700 piece. It's kind of helpful having these weird rarity characters in the store because they suck. It's the R&D store, so I've like actually 70,000. I'm gonna be A-okay. Watkins, Giant Killer, Humduck, Wishwhacker, Gabby, Arthur Flood, Pitcher, Wildcard, Hillbilly, OG Porky. So I asked Hillbilly can join somebody in the reworks with the rest of their team banished to existence. This is a lot of bug fix. This is many, many bug fix. Okay, let's read this. Okay, guess good on them. There's a lot of other bugs that could be getting fixed, but hey, tune functionality is nice. Okay, Porky Petunia fixed an issue with the friendship skills not properly triggered. Cool. Or theme passive. Previously, this is only working against the target enemy. Huh. I kind of didn't notice that. So it kind of makes. Alright, cool. I mean, very light buffed horror. The AoE heavy team now has their abilities work in AoE. Wow. Color speedy. Um, okay, so you didn't get health as part of the stat bonus. So I guess that count. Okay, so I'm assuming stat bonus is indeed. Yeah, because if we go down here to critter vision, the description actually affects the skill's existing functionality. Set a plus 10 stats, feature and bird on the battlefield, plus 10 attack, defense, and speed. So plus 10 stats is the core 4 stats, I'm assuming, which includes health. Gotcha. So additional stats is pretty good. Yeah. And Competitor Speed had 2 bugs, actually, I guess. Suppose the rework was coded terribly. Flexibility is an ability to only heal the most injured ally. Now correctly include speedy. Yeah, that's a pretty big change. Okay, so let's just see bugs on repeat too. So skills granting taunt despite an ally already having it. So I think that's, if I remember OG penalty correctly, this is the taunt removal. And then if anybody else has taunt, it's passed off team member. And a creature's presence skill will incorrectly grant dodge chance up to any ally Pepe Le Pew variant. Okay, so it's Pepe Le Pew the tag rather than Pepe Le Pew the specific character. And it seems OG Pepe indeed had the same issue, as well as bugs. Okay, even now, so skills trigger even while the team is stunned, since the stun effect is wearing off just before the trigger check. Master Code Devs at Scopely. How does that go unnoticed for like 3 years? I mean, I guess the stun effect is probably newish. Yep, still, come on. Come on. Okay, whatever. Nerf to Omega Chungus. It's more so that he got less nerfed than he was supposed to be nerfed, but whatever. And Chunky Care Advantage. Instead of cleansing 3 debuffs, this modal passive will cleanse 3 stat. Okay, so that's not a bug fix. That's just you changed it. I didn't want to additionally write up some of these skill minor things because this is just a balance change, and this is also just a balance change. It looks like. I mean, maybe this was unintended behavior, and that's why it was there. But like that's what they did, how they coded it. Then set up bug. Alright, so minor nerf for Mega Chungus, minor nerf for Little of Liberty. Okay, it's really skilled. Bugs Bunny Daffy Toons disappeared. Sure, I don't know how that happens. Okay, Scrap Daffy. I guess they forgot quarterback just existed at all. Come on now. Okay, so they changed the name. And then there's the whole suite of balance changes this time. How did this go on for 15 minutes? I need a look at this more. Well, um, I guess go update those farming guys, because all of the stores have changed. I mean, not every 4 months isn't the worst, because it's changing 3 times a year, but eh, I guess I hate double buying using the find method. Um, like, you'll get them up in time. Of course, this isn't earning enough currency on the daily to do that, but uh, I say if you're like me, but I've like practically negative tower points. Like I want to build up a Honda because I feel like it's more fun to use than Gothic. Like I don't know. I don't know. To keep an eye out on that one. Yeah, it's Mole Rager. That's all, folks.